Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide, to life that shines our way. Wherever you run it, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you run it, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Wednesday, June the 28th, 2023. I'm Stasia Blake. In the headlines, Public Workers Union and government sign first collective agreement. July 4th holiday proclamation published in Gazette. Government commits to tangible transformation of the public service. And Fisher folks to celebrate Fisherman's birthday on Thursday. In regional news, Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister confident of future regional political union. And in international news, 11 people killed by Russian missiles that hit the center of Kramatorsk in eastern Ukraine. Coming up in sports, restoration of parish leagues among the main focus of new GBNA executive, while St. David wins opener in Senior Super 50 tournament. We'll have the details for you right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Softweave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Softweave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Softweave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. The Public Workers Union has inked its first collective agreement with the new administration. The agreement for salary increases and fringe benefits, the first of its kind in 10 years, was signed on Wednesday evening. President of the PWU, Brian Grimes, in outlining some of the benefits, announced that going forward, contract workers will also be included in salary increases.
The ex gratia. Unestablished workers are going home at times with minuscule, sometimes embarrassingly low monthly payments after they would have retired. One something, whatever it is, 300 if some are lucky. But now, the Grenada Public Workers Union have negotiated with government, and government have agreed that the minimum unestablished workers will go home with. The minimum, the bare minimum, would be $500.
Grimes says there's also good news for unestablished workers who are retiring from the service.
This package has in it a clause stating contract workers will get the increases, even fixed-term contract workers. This is monumental. This is groundbreaking. This is on doctors will be able to get free medicine, right? And this is something, like I stated, they have been clamoring for years. So now it has become a reality. It has come to fruition. It's the fact that this government has agreed to pay in terms of our health insurance, because we have a medical health insurance with Sagico, 55% and the members will pay 45%. This
Grimes says it's also good news for the established workers, and both representatives from PWU and the government of Grenada both expressed how happy they were to come to an amicable agreement. And it's official. July 4th will be observed as a national holiday in Grenada. The proclamation of the 4th of July 2023 as a national holiday, Statutory Rules and Orders SRNO number 22 of 2023, was published in the 23rd of June 2023 issue of the Gazette, the official publication of the government notices. The proclamation signed by Governor General Dame Stasia on June 21st states that July the 4th, CARICOM Day, will be celebrated throughout Grenada as a public holiday to mark the 50th anniversary of CARICOM's founding. Earlier this month, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell said that Cabinet agreed to a request from CARICOM headquarters for member states to mark the significance of the occasion on July the 4th.
At the cabinet level, we discussed, as was proposed by CARICOM, that the 4th of July should be made a national holiday in commemoration of the 50th anniversary of CARICOM. The Cabinet of St. Kitts has already proceeded to do so, and we are happy to join with our brothers and sisters and other CARICOM countries in celebrating CARICOM, because despite its shortcomings, despite some of the challenges, I think we all will agree that we are better off together and united and continuing to forge ahead for the many challenges that affect us.
The head of state also called on all citizens to reflect on the achievements of this important organization, which Grenada joined on the 1st of May, 1974. The CARICOM community, or CARICOM, was established on the 4th of July, 1973 by the signing of the Treaty of Chaguaramas. Capacity development and employee well-being have been identified by the ruling NDC administration as key areas of focus to realizing its commitment to the nation. In his remarks on the occasion of International Public Service Day, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell reaffirmed government's commitment to developing a sustainable, equitable, and prosperous Grenada. He noted, however, that this can only be achieved with consistency and cooperation across all sectors.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell said the vision of a hope-centered public service articulated by the Department of Public Administration is closely aligned to government's commitment to sustainable development.
The hope-centered public service represents H, happy, the creation of a pleasant work environment where officers are helpful and provide services with a smile. O, optimistic, the ability to cultivate a growth mindset where officers are open-minded, positive, and seek to find solutions rather than expand problems that can stagnate growth. P, productivity, the successful implementation of an integrated performance management system where officers can understand how their roles fit within the government's overall development plan. E, efficient and effective, a heightened awareness of the need for and importance of proper management of all resources.
He issued an appeal to all public servants to embrace the new vision, noting that a well-functioning and value-based public service is critical to government success in today's complex and interconnected operating environment.
Colleagues, government remains committed to developing a sustainable, equitable, and prosperous Grenada. However, this can only be realized through consistent efforts by all sectors to strengthen the meaningful partnerships.
Making the link between health and development, Prime Minister Mitchell says his government is also committed to ensuring significant improvement in the health sector, in keeping with Agenda 3 of the Sustainable Development Goals, which speaks to holistic health and well-being. As part of this year's activities, a mainstream public service health and wellness fair dubbed Know Your Numbers was held at the Sir Eric Matthew Gary Botanical Gardens last Tuesday through partnerships with key government and non-governmental organizations.
More than 150 public officers had the opportunity to get screening for hypertension, diabetes, sickle cell, hemoglobin, cholesterol, eye exams, pap smears, breast exams, and other pertinent health checks. Simultaneously, the Ministry of Health also launched primary health care in St. John. The main objective of SDG 3 is to ensure that all people, everywhere, have access to the highest attainable level of health. To this end, our Ministry of Health aims to bring health and well-being services closer to communities and to empower all citizens to take control of their own health.
Designated by the United Nations General Assembly, International Public Service Day is recognized on July 23rd each year to celebrate the value and virtue of public service to the community, highlight the contribution of public service in the development process, recognize the work of public servants, and encourage young people to pursue careers in the public sector. The curtains come down on this year's activities locally on Friday with the annual Public Service Fun Day at the Roy St. John Playing Field in Tantine. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization is lending its support to the Ministry of Agriculture to develop strategies that will guide the sea moss industry. More in this report.
The goal of a recent United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization visit was to work with the Agriculture Ministry to boost the sea moss industry and improve export of the commodity. A group of specialists visited the island in May, touring sea moss farms and pinpointing challenges sea moss farmers face. On Thursday, the findings, which revealed the current production level is low, were presented to stakeholders during a validation consultation. Economists at the Food and Agriculture Organization, Maridat Maharaj, presented a situational analysis of the regional sea moss market and made a comparison to Grenada.
And we want to improve on the conversion from wet to dry, right? And just a quick recap: site selection and marine conditions, other factors are also important. Species selection. All of these we mentioned just briefly. So, with this expected or anticipated yield that we want to be working towards, therefore, these three farm sizes should be, we should be expecting yields of 39,000 pounds, 150,000 pounds, up to 8 million pounds of wet sea moss from such a large farm, right?
Having placed this industry as a priority, fisheries technical expert within the Department of Fisheries, Justin Rennie, said with the continued support from the international organization, it will better the ministry's position, creating an enabling environment for Grenada to grow a resilient and sustainable sea moss industry.
There are significant opportunities to benefit from this subsector within fisheries. Okay, sea moss, as we know, some refer to it as a superfood. Okay, it can be used in a whole array of sectors, whether it's food, whether it's pharmaceuticals, what have you. If it is allowed to develop without the necessary structure and organization, we would not realize the full and optimum benefit from this industry.
Prisma Moore, National FAO Coordinator for the Resilience Caribbean Initiative Project, says coming out of this consultation will be a document that will guide the sector.
The strategy would benefit the sea moss industry in that it gives a guideline. Of course, the strategy is not a one-day document. It's a living document that can be edited as needed, as the industry needs, needs. The needs are seen. And so basically it will help the stakeholders and government move the industry forward into a way that would be very productive and really build the industry on a whole, keeping us competitive with the other islands, not just regionally and maybe even internationally.
Christina John, GBN News.
This is news at 7. Coming up, fisher folks to celebrate Fisherman's Birthday in Guave this Thursday. Stay with us.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay. wrong road. Cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise, together there's no limit to what we can do. Arise, with no wings, fly. Arise, and we're so high, enjoy the view. Arise, look, no wings, fly.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or a flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Important announcement for CIBC First Caribbean customers. Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited invites prospective customers to collect their debit and credit cards, checkbooks, night depository keys and bags, and deposit books at its distribution center located at the GV Steel Conference Room, number 14 Church Street, St. George's. The center will be open from June 19th to July 8th, 2023, operating from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Mondays to Fridays, and from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays. You will be required to present a valid photo ID for collection. To avoid any delay in your service, we encourage you to visit Co-op Bank's distribution center at your earliest convenience between June 19th and July 8th, 2023. We look forward to welcoming you home.
Welcome home.
At NIS, we are dedicated to continuously improving our services and meeting the evolving needs of Grenadians. To achieve this, we are implementing important changes to the contribution rate and pensionable age. The contribution rate will be gradually increased each year until it reaches 16% in 2031. This contribution will continue to be divided between you and your employer. In addition, the pensionable age will move from 60 to 65 years. This increase will also gradually reach 65 by 2029. Pensioners will still have the option to claim a pension at a reduced rate before age 65. If you have any questions about how these changes will affect you and your family, please contact our informational hotline at 440-6647 or visit www.nisgrenada.org. Stay connected for more updates from NIS, your trusted Social Security provider.
Grenada! Pre-pandemic prices on tires are back at Island Star. Shop now and save with drop-in deals on select ceramic and porcelain tires. Store-wide lowest prices on tires since 2020. We're turning back the clock to give you the unbeatable prices on tires you love. And remember, price drops are everywhere at Island Star, giving you the deals you missed and making luxury affordable again. Don't forget, we stock a wide range of bathroom vanities, toilets, shower drains, face basins, faucets, and so much more. Visit us on Munridge Road in Grand Anse or call 439-TILE. That's 439-8453. Remember, when you think tile, think Island Style.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more. With Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Fish exhibitions will return to fishermen's birthday celebrations in Guave. Christina John has been speaking with the Guave Development Committee about plans for this year's event.
The fishing Mecca Guave St. John comes alive this Thursday, June 29th, to celebrate the Feast of St. Peter. The celebration, termed Fisherman's Birthday, is held annually to recognize the contributions made by fisher folk. Guided by the theme, celebrating our tradition and progress, moving towards Grenada's 50, Let's Go Guave, a number of activities are being planned. One of the major highlights of the occasion is the return of the fish exhibition. Janelle John, secretary on the Guave Improvement Committee, said patrons are invited to celebrate with them.
Thursday, that's our big day. We start off that day with our Mass. It's the Feast of St. Peter. So Mass will be held at the St. Peter's Catholic Church in Guave, and it's the Feast of St. Peter's. After the Mass, we have our street parade, which will be led by the drum corps of all the secondary schools in Guave onto the lands, where one of the challenges that we were experiencing in the past would have been our fish exhibition. Now this year we collaborated with a number of fishermen in Guave, and we are happy to say that our exhibition is back.
In recognition of their achievement, the annual event already saw the rollout of Sports Day, Gospel Concert, and Retired Fisher Folk Luncheon. Entertainment also forms part of the package.
The other aspect of the exhibition will be held on the lands. We have safety, we have different financial institutions, we have health, just to name a few. Following the street parade, we move on to the Lands Beach in Guave, where we have a number of aquatic events, such we have beach football, beach volleyball, a number of games, after which from 8 p.m. we move stage side onto the road, where we have our stage show. We would feature a number of soca artists, those from Guave, the Rooney J, Mr. Booba, Mushman.
John spoke of a scavenger hunt and how you can be in for a chance to win a prize.
First activity is our scavenger hunt, and that is for the entire month of June. We have placed a number of historical sites online. Persons are asked to go online, get the names, visit the sites, take pictures and upload their pictures with their names online. The first 3 persons to do that will be given prizes.
Christina John, GBN News.
Huggins Grenada, in collaboration with Foodland Lagoon Road Supermarket, hosted a health fair on Wednesday with the aim of promoting healthy lifestyles in Grenada. Rena Pierre-Thomas filed this report.
Blood pressure and glucose level monitoring, along with HIV testing, was just a few of the health services offered to the general public on Wednesday. The fair, organized by Huggins Grenada in collaboration with Foodland Lagoon Road, was held at the front car park of the supermarket. Raffia Lewis, brand manager at Foodland Supermarket, said that the initiative coincides with government's mandate of creating a healthier nation.
And we decided to create this health fair as an initiative to help Grenadians, sensitize them on healthy eating, healthy lifestyle, and just taking charge of your health. And also we organized this health fair as an initiative to join the government's mandate of creating a healthy nation, a healthy lifestyle. So we at Foodland Supermarket are not just a supermarket, but we are a community. We're your family favorite food store, and with that we are here to just sensitize the public and help Grenadians population just be in more charge of their health.
The brand manager stated that this is the first
persons from the Food and Nutrition Council, persons from the Sickle Cell Organization. We also have persons from the National Infectious Disease. We have Coast Optical here. So you have something for each person. You can get your eye test done, sickle cell testing, HIV testing, blood sugar and pressure. All these are available at Foodland Supermarket, Lagoon Road today. We have nutritional consultation where persons can guide you onto meal preps and meal plannings. And we also have a doctor on site, which if you need a small checkup, you can also get that done.
GBN spoke to Akim Williams from the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council and Civil Francis from NITCO about some of the services they provided to participants of the fair.
We're going to give you that personalized tip as to what you can do to make shopping better and how you can prepare it at home and make a difference. Today we are giving that consultation that's outside of the supermarket, but if there's any question that you have, a consultation with regards to your health and how you can use nutrition to improve it and improve the quality of your life, we're giving that advice outside as well.
So we have a number of psychosocial support that is available to people living with HIV, and we call them PLHIV. So for example, we have GrenChap, we have the National Infectious Disease Control Unit. We have different mechanisms that they can utilize to help them live with that stigma attached to it.
Rena Thomas, GBN News.
Senator Adrian Thomas is among regional leaders charting the way forward for food security and the implementation of CELAC's Food and Nutrition Security Plan.
Minister of State with responsibility for the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives, Senator Adrian Thomas, joined counterparts from across the Caribbean and Latin America to present and advance the plan on the framework of the 2030 Agenda of the Community of Latin America and the Caribbean States, CELAC. The meeting held earlier this week at the Otter Chang Center in Guyana sought to promote an increase in regional trade, economic development, and further economic cooperation among members against the backdrop of global challenges such as the COVID-19 pandemic and the war in Ukraine.
So I think this move here is a plus, and the subject that we are dealing with is so important to the Caribbean. It's unbelievable. Zero hunger is something that we all should aspire to. We have enough space, we have enough resources in order to venture into that, and I think it's a good starting point. The plan of action that I've seen and that has been drafted, I think it's a plus for the Caribbean and Latin America. Accessibility to food, accessibility not only to food in quantity but nutritious food, the whole question of health, which means wealth, and I think the president expounded on that so well that he convinced me that we are on the right path, and we'll surely get there. But I think it's crucial to tie nutrition with food. So the question of food and nutrition security is crucial and must always be tied.
As part of their agenda, regional heads reviewed the current state of agriculture in the CELAC region, including challenges and opportunities facing farmers and agribusinesses. They also explored ways in which member states can cooperate to achieve greater food security and sustainability, shared experiences and best practices in agriculture across the region, and identified areas for further collaboration. Discussions also centered on new technologies and innovations in agriculture and their potential for increasing productivity and reducing environmental impact. Ministers also considered the role of agriculture in achieving the UN Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs, and other international development agendas, as well as strengthening and advancing the updating of an implementable CELAC food and nutrition security plan. Formed in 2010, CELAC consists of 33 countries and is an intergovernmental mechanism for dialogue and political agreement. It was created with a commitment to advance the gradual process of regional integration, unity, and carefully balance the political, economic, social, and cultural diversity of Latin America and the Caribbean, and represent, promote, and protect the interests of its member states and their citizens. Christelina John, GBN News.
The U.S. government's presentation to Grenada's Coast Guard is what's featured at the end of GBN's ISAW Lens tonight. It's time for the GBN ISAW.
Featured in tonight's ISAW is a closer look at the vessel received by the Grenada Coast Guard on Monday. The utility boat was handed over by the government of the United States through the U.S. Coast Guard. Tagged PB-08, the boat is meant to assist the Grenada Coast Guard with carrying out its day-to-day operations. The vessel also bears the label Grenada Coast Guard and has an image of the Grenada flag painted on its door. What a wonderful addition to the Coast Guard's fleet. We at the GBN joined the government in saying thanks to the U.S. government for this addition to the Coast Guard fleet, which bolsters capacity in the department. Our ISAW line is open for your submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Garfin Rep records growth in the credit union sector as she points out the financial improvement of Nexa Credit Union during its 39th AGM on Tuesday. We'll be back in a moment.
St. David, we know you love bingo! And it's been a long while, but now we're finally coming on Sunday, July 2nd from 5 p.m. Bellevue Plainfield is the place to be for the massive $40,000 in cash money bingo. That's right, 40 big ones could be yours. Tickets are only $35 for one or $60 for two. Don't you dare miss this one. Sunday, July 2nd, everybody's gonna be heading to Bellevue Plainfield. St. David, we're coming. Tango nice again.
Tingo nice again. Tingo nice again.
What powers my smile? The sun. And it does a whole lot more. Through programs of the PURC, I use the sun to produce my own electricity. So can you, using the sun and other sources of renewable energy. Sign up today at PURC.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
so it begins. A journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
We, the Churches of Christ Grenada, invite you to the Isle of Spice, July 9th to 12th, 2023, for the annual Caribbean Lectureship Jubilee event. It promises to be grand. Grenada is home to over 40 beaches, sweet spices, not forgetting the oil down. The best part is the singing, praising, and preaching of God's word by the brethren to the Governor of the universe. We look forward to fellowshipping with families and friends at the Radisson Beach Resort Convention Center, Grenada. The Churches of Christ Grenada invites you to this auspicious event. Don't you miss it.
Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grand Anne, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Make money, money, money. $3,000 every week for 3 months.
What?
Yes, it's the NLA's Crazy Cash Giveaway Promotion. Every week from April 11th to June 30th, 3 lucky Daily Games customers will randomly win $1,000 each week. Imagine winning as much as $36,000 in 12 weeks.
How?
Spend $12 in a single purchase on Daily Cash 4, Daily Pick 3, or Playway. Look for the words Cash Winner on your tickets to collect $1,000. The more you spend $12 on your favorite daily games, the more chances you have to win. Must be 18 or older to participate. All prizes must be collected by July 7th, 2023. Other terms and conditions apply. See stores for details. NLA, making your dreams come true. Money, money, money.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Welcome back. The credit union sector in Grenada has recorded significant growth over the past few years, and this is expected to continue. Remarks from the Grenada Authority for the Regulation of Financial Institutions, GARFIN, who were present at the Nexa Credit Union's AGM on Tuesday. More in this report.
December 31st, 2022, the credit union sector in Grenada closed the year with $1.3 billion in assets, an increase from $1.1 billion or 10.8% compared to December 31st, 2021. Over the same period, total deposits stood at $1.09 billion and loans granted to members at $908.5 million, recording growth of 10.5% and 5.8% respectively. This has now shifted as GAFIN representative Montonia Monroe reveals that the first quarter of 2023 saw growth in assets by 4.4%.
At the close of the first quarter of 2023, growth in assets stood at 4.4%, bringing its total value to $1.36 billion as compared to December 2022. This data underpins the significance of credit unions to the national economy. Deposits in particular represented 83% of the sector's total asset position as of December 31st, 2022. This speaks of significant confidence of the over 84,000 member accounts held across the sector. Moreover, with the divestment taking place in the wider financial system, more opportunities are being presented for the sector to continue moving in this trajectory.
Monroe was speaking at the 39th annual general meeting of Nexa Credit Union. Nexa, who rebranded from the Grenada Union of Teachers Credit Union in January this year, hosted its AGM under the theme Building a Future of Financial Stability by Optimizing Members' Experience on the Road to Success. Its financial growth as at December 31st stood at 17% over the previous year.
Turning to Nexa's credit union's financial performance, we note the following improvements as of December 31st, 2022. Assets grew by 17%, moving from $258 million to $309 million. Loans grew by 7.2%, moving from $199 million to $213 million. Deposits grew by 13.6%, moving from $204 million to $231.7 million. Institutional capital stood at 9.9% and share capital amounted to 5.2%. Surplus for the year of $7 million rounded is probably the credit union's best performance yet.
While continued growth is expected to continue, Monroe explains that non-compliance is still a serious issue within Grenada's credit union sector.
Notwithstanding this notable performance as regulator, we note with concern the issue of delinquency across the sector. Total value of delinquent loans as of December 31st, 2022 amounted to $96.1 million, and the delinquency rate stood at 8.4% compared to 7.2% in December 2021, the benchmark being less than or equal to 5%. GAFIN notes the direct and lingering impact of the COVID-19 pandemic in this particular matter. However, the pandemic may not be the single cause of this issue. Credit unions must make it a priority to strengthen credit underwriting and delinquency management procedures so as to improve the current trend of delinquency.
Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
Stay with us. When we return, we'll have the regionals report and sports.
Get Ruby Gas. Get cooking.
cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas?
Get Rubis, get going.
Quartz Optical. Two are better than one. Be ready for any occasion with not one, but two pairs of complete eyewear. Choose from our wide range of fashionable brands. Buy one and get a second pair free. That's two pairs with no cash and pay later. Book your free eye exam today online at quartzoptical.com. Two are better than one. Buy one, get one free. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited has the credit cards to suit your needs. Choose any one of our 3 Visa credit cards, Classic, Infinite, or Signature, and enjoy the affordability, security, and convenience they all offer. Get value for your money with Visa Reward Points. The more you spend, the more points you earn. Co-op Bank is giving you options. You have the choice. We've got the cards. Tailor-made just for you. Visit www.grenadacoopbank.com for more information, or call or visit any one of our retail banking units.
Welcome home. The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with multi-X added to Playway, and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Good evening, sports fans. The countdown is on towards Grenada's hosting of the 2023 edition of the Windward Island School Games from July the 22nd to the 29th. This will be the first hosting of the Games since 2019 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Coordinator of Sports, Kerlon Peters, says Grenada is looking forward to hosting the Games, and he's optimistic about the outcome. The Games will feature competition in basketball, track and field, football, volleyball, and netball. Peters expects the Games to be highly competitive. The newly elected executive of the GNBA has committed itself to build on the advances of the past 8 years. The new grouping was installed during the recent annual general meeting and election of officers. The elected technical director is Gerard St. Cyr.
Example, basketball must become more visible. Things have been happening and it has not been visible as people knowing the activity that has been happening. So we need more activities. Women's basketball is an issue that has to come to the forefront The mandate from FIBA is that we need women participating, not just in playing the sport, but in the administration of the sport, in coaching, in refereeing. So we need to have more inclusiveness in that area. Secondly, the parish leagues. The parish leagues have gone dormant for many years. When I played basketball, that was one of the strengths because the parish league supplies players, even if it's from the junior level. And that should be supported by whatever grassroots programs where there are pockets of no parish leagues. So that would include the development of programs as well.
The elected TD says greater effort must be placed on the development of the parish leagues.
And then the development of coaches and officials, etc. We've done well to have coaches courses this year. 2 of them, a fundamentals course, and secondly, a FIBA level 1 course where 10 participants participated and 5 were successful. So on Ireland, we have at least 5 plus the 3 existing level 1 FIBA certified coaches. In order for you to coach a national team in a FIBA tournament, you must be FIBA certified. So now we have a larger cadre of individuals that we can select or possibly be a national team coach at any level. Or any age group. So these are some of the things, and upgrading and maintenance of the facilities across the country. Now, we must become more aggressive in ensuring that the government, the Ministry of Sport, attends to our courts, because the courts have been getting worse and deteriorating. Even the new courts that have been built in some isolated areas are now up to standard. So these are things that we need to have a presence to ensure that these areas are focused on this.
Kester Elcock now serves in the capacity of president with Ryan Joseph as his vice president. The elected technical director is Gerard St. Cyr. Justin Hazard and Rondell Johnson hold the post of treasurer and general secretary, respectively. St. David are off to a winning start in the Grenada Cricket Association Senior Inter-Parish Super 50 tournament, played over the weekend. Batting first after losing the toss and inserted by St. George, the men from the Virgin Parish racked up 311 for 9 from their 50 over openers. Sean L. Regis and Chemo Peters put on 74 for the first wicket before Regis went for 34, caught by Mitchell off the bowling of Cyprian Forsyth. Peters went on to make a half-ton, his 56 coming off 77 balls consisting of 7 fours. Imran Joseph whipped a busy 69 not out. Other contributions came from Ryan John and Jaron Noel with 36 and 40 respectively. Johan Jeremiah had scalps of 3 for 61. In reply, St. George stumbled early in the run chase, losing opener Andrew for 8 with the score on 38. Johan Jeremiah joined St. Hilaire, and the two put on 41 before misfortune struck in the 16th over, when St. Hilaire was caught by Joseph off the bowling of John. 3 runs on, Jeremiah was on his way back to the pavilion for 25 with the score on 82 for 3. Charles and Forsyth added 15 before Charles went for 2, leaving St. George exposed on 97 for 4. However, Forsyth and Justin John put on 63 in the middle to take the score to 160 for 5 for the demise of Forsyth. A 49 runs partnership between Javid Hazard and Justin John gave the chase some respectability of 209 for 6 when Hazard departed for 30. They would eventually lose by 82 runs. Organizers of the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League and the Massey Women's Caribbean Premier League will unveil all the squads for this season at the draft show on Friday, June the 30th from 10:30 a.m. Eastern Caribbean time. We get more in this report.
During the show, the drafted players and the overseas signings for both tournaments will be revealed. Alex Jordan will host the show, which features Ian Bishop, Darren Ganga, and Anissa Mohammed, giving their expert opinions on the squads for both the CPL and the Women's CPL. It will be broadcast on CPL's Facebook page and YouTube. In the lead up to the draft, all franchises announced their retained players, and there have already been some big movements. Sherman Hetmeyer leads the retentions for the Guyana Amazon Warriors alongside Odin Smith, Romeo Shepard, Kimo Paul, Chandra Paul Hemraj, Kedekish Moti, Matthew Nandu, and Junior Sinclair. Warriors have 8 slots, of which they can have a maximum of 5 overseas players to fill their 70-man squad. The 11th edition of the CPL runs from August 16th to September 24 and will be played in St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, and Guyana. From September 13th to the 24th, CPL will be staged in Guyana, and tickets are currently on sale online. Jamaica Tallowers will enter the tournament as the defending champions. For the newsroom, Akim Green.
And this has been happening in sports today. And now for a look at what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. Antigua's Prime Minister Gaston Brown believes a political union will materialize in the Caribbean. He was speaking on Tuesday at a flag-raising ceremony in recognition of CARICOM's 50th anniversary. The head of government expects the single economy will also become a reality. Garfield Burford reports.
Days shy of the official 50th anniversary of CARICOM, Antigua and Barbuda is recognizing the grand milestone. Prime Minister Honorable Gaston Brown, who will be in Trinidad and Tobago for the 45th CARICOM Heads of Government meeting, told Tuesday's ceremony CARICOM is crucial.
When we consider the myriad of global challenges, we either swim together or sink alone. So CARICOM is essential.
CARICOM is the oldest surviving integration movement in the developing world, a beacon of hope for the global south. The Prime Minister wants the region to revel in the significance of the coming Golden Jubilee.
50 years of living integration is indeed a tremendous accomplishment and testimony of our people's determination.
CARICOM was established on July 4, 1973, 15 years after the West Indies Federation was born and it died in its infancy. Prime Minister Brown is still upbeat about the prospects of a regional political union.
Whereas, in a prior effort, we did not quite succeed in establishing or at least sustaining a political union, I still believe that with time, and certainly with the commitment of our leaders and our citizens and residents, that we will achieve a regional political union.
Also elusive has been the E in the CSME. While there has been progress on the CARICOM single market, the single economy has so far been a stillbirth. The Prime Minister has not given up on that regional goal, however.
The United States is reporting 5 cases of malaria in the last 2 months, the first time there's been local spread in 20 years, prompting officials to issue a public health alert warning doctors, public health authorities, and the public about the risk. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said 4 cases were identified in Southwest Florida and 1 in southern Texas. Malaria is a disease spread by mosquitoes.
Malaria is most commonly spread when an infected person is bitten by a mosquito, where a small amount of blood is taken containing microscopic malaria parasites, and within 1 week, the malaria parasites mix with the mosquito's saliva, which is passed along to the next person the bug bites. CDC officials say Americans typically contract malaria while traveling to other countries, saying this recent small outbreak is highly unusual because it originated in the U.S.
What this health alert is stating is that we now have what's called endemic malaria here in Florida. That means they found 4 malaria cases in people who have not had foreign travel, meaning they picked up malaria from a mosquito in the state of Florida.
Chad Nielsen, who's the Director of Accreditation and Infection Prevention at UF Health, says scientists haven't seen an endemic case of malaria since 2003, when 8 cases of malaria were reported in Palm Beach County. He says because there is no vaccine or no protection from being infected, CDC officials are aggressively trying to find the disease's origin.
When we have a cluster cluster of cases, so that means more than one case in a certain area, they're going to be searching for the source of those mosquitoes. So they're going to be looking at ponds, they're going to be looking at standing water, reservoirs off the side of the road, water ditches.
Nielsen says malaria is usually found in warmer regions around the world in tropical and subtropical countries where the higher temperatures allow the disease to thrive. Symptoms of malaria include aches, pains, fatigue, shivering, sweating, chills, nausea and vomiting, and even high blood pressure. And unlike other diseases, there is no specific demographic that might be more at risk.
Most people are going to be at risk for malaria if they've never had it before, right? So malaria has largely been a forgotten disease here, at least in the United States, but for other parts of the world, Africa, South America, it is still very much a real thing and the leading killer of people.
Before the COVID-19 pandemic, about 2,000 cases of malaria were reported each year in the U.S., nearly all of them in people who acquired the disease abroad.
Any county in Florida that has a lot of water, which is more or less all of us, you could be at risk for malaria.
The death toll from the Kramatorsk attack has risen to 10, with 2 more bodies, including a 4th child, being pulled out of the wreckage. Officials say at least 3 children are among the 10 victims. Police said at least 61 people were wounded in Tuesday's missile attack, which turned a crowded restaurant into a pile of twisted beams. As of now, rescuers have recovered the bodies of 10 people from the rubble. Veronica Bakel, spokeswoman for the Donetsk Region Emergency Services, told Ukrainian television. Al Jazeera's Ased Beg reports from the capital of Kiev.
The attack came as people were having their evening meal in one of the few restaurants still operating in the eastern city of Kramatorsk.
I ran here after the explosion because I rented a cafe here. Everything has been blown out. There's nothing. No windows, no doors. All I see is destruction, fear and horror. This is the 21st century.
Among the 9 killed was a child and 2 teenagers. A 1-year-old was also injured.
All the destruction, it's shocking to see in real life. When you see it in photos, it's different. What you see on TV doesn't even begin to show what you see in real life.
Twisted metal and rubble is all that remains as rescue teams tried to look for survivors. Ambulances took the injured away. The shockwave from the missile damaged neighboring buildings and sent glass flying. The city used to have a population of 150,000, but since the war started, many have left. It's 25 kilometers from the front line to the east of the country. Modern weaponry means it's well within range of Russian guns.
Each such manifestation of terror proves over and over again to us and to the whole world that Russia deserves only one thing as a result of everything it has done: defeat and a tribunal, fair and legal trials against all Russian murderers and terrorists.
It's not the first time the city has been targeted. It routinely comes under attack from Russia. Last year, 63 people were killed as they waited outside the train station.
Officials in Kyiv have been monitoring recent events in Russia. The attack in Kramatorsk is a reminder that despite the mutiny by the Wagner Group, it has no impact on the front lines here, and the war continues. Russia continues to strike Ukraine with fatal consequences. Asad Beg, Al Jazeera, Kyiv, Ukraine.
And that's what's been happening around the world today. And now for a recap of the night's top headlines. Public Workers Union and government signed first collective agreement. July 4th holiday proclamation published in the Gazette. Government commits to tangible transformation of the public service and fisher folks to celebrate Fisherman's birthday on Thursday. In regional news, Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister confident of future regional political union. And in international news, 11 people killed by Russian missiles that hit the center of Kramatorsk in eastern Ukraine. And in sports, restoration of Parish League among the main focus of new GBN executive, while St. David wins opener in Senior Super 50 tournament. If you missed any part of this newscast, there will be a repeat broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. Thank you for joining us. Good night.